It's been a long time coming by. I know y'all have been waiting for this video. I've seen the emails, the DMs, the Pinterest DMs, the DMs to my friends. I know you guys want to know, so I'm finally doing the fashion school and work Q&A 101. Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Bhava Krishna if you're new here, and if you haven't liked, subscribed and watched the rest of my very fun videos, this is your sign to go do that. To be very honest, I could not reveal my college or should talk about it before because I was scared of losing my degree, but here I am fearless. If you're somebody who's looking to work in fashion or join fashion school or have any such aspirations, this is the video for you. I'm gonna spill everything that I know in my 4 to 5 years of experience in the industry in Mumbai, India. Disclaimer, please go see a guidance counselor, but this is my authentic 100% experience and I hope it helps some of you gain some perspective. So I went on my Instagram and I asked you guys all of your fashion FAQs. I've summarized all of them. I'm gonna try and answer them to the best of my abilities. I really wish someone had done this for me. I knew nothing about the industry, so here we are. I have done a video like this before in the past, so I will link it down below so you can go watch that. That was when I was smack in the middle of fashion school, and now that I've graduated last July, I have a lot more perspective. Before we dive into it, I'm gonna give you a little gist about myself and my experience in fashion. If you're new here, I started working in the fashion industry at the age of 18. That was my first internship. I've completed 4 years of graduation in fashion communication and styling. I then worked as a celebrity stylist for 2.5 years in Bollywood, and then I got into event organization in a fashion magazine, and I'm also a lifestyle and fashion influencer, so I have had my fair share of experience in the fashion world. So let's dive into this. First question, which all of you want to know: how to get internships and do you need a degree? How I got my first internship is an answer that you will not like. It was nepotism. I was a nepo baby. My cousin sister owns Papa Don't Preach by Shubhika, which is a beautiful designer label. I at the time was trying to be an influencer, so I had a very curated perfect feed. So I just texted her. I was like, hey, I really want to do like social media for your brand. And at that time, Papa Don't Preach was a very small brand, like it wasn't as well known. So this was back in 2020 when we were closing down on our first lockdown, and I was in my first semester of college. I was 18 years old. I was having online classes, so I was like, okay, I have the time, I can like manage both. So that's how I got my first internship. But do not be demotivated if you do not have any nepo baby contacts. I shall help you out there as well. When I was at the Papa Don't Preach store doing my content stuff, I used to see a lot of stylists come in and they used to source from there, and I was like, okay, wait a second, this looks interesting, I would like to do this. So wherein I started off as somebody who wanted to do social media, I was suddenly diverted that okay, I think I'm interested in the styling aspect of it, and that is how you grow. You might think you want to do one thing, but you'll end up doing another, and that's completely okay. Explore all of your options is the best advice I'll give you. Do not make up your mind that mujhe yahi karna hai. You can explore anything. The world is your oyster. Please explore. You will never know what can click for you. Do you need a college degree to get an internship? No, you don't. I tell this to every single person. It doesn't matter if you have a nepo baby contact or not. Obviously that gives you an advantage, but it doesn't matter because at the end of the day, all the rest of the work that I've ever gotten in my life is because I had a really good Instagram. I'm not kidding. Half of the jobs that I've ever gotten are based on my Instagram. Like they just look at my feed and they're like, oh, okay, this is great, you're so aesthetic, go for it, we love your work. Build something. You can't just sit at home and be like, oh my god, I don't know where to start. Start. Get your friends, style them. If you want to be a stylist, you have to show them that you have it in you. So it's not that expensive. Rent a studio. You don't even need a studio. All you need is a white wall. You don't even need a white wall. All you need is a good background. It can be the streets, it can be the roads, it can be literally a cafe. It doesn't matter. Style your friends, style yourself, create a portfolio, create like a deck of your work. Be like, look 1, look 2, look 3. Now the advantage here is if you're not in fashion school they teach you how to do this stuff. They help you build your portfolio, but it's not gonna happen in your first year. Like it's gonna take at least 2 years for you to get the hang of it, and you know it's a slow process. You can do it on your own. If you are not in fashion school, I suggest to you either get a camera or hire a camera, beg, borrow, steal, do whatever you have to do and show your work. Put it out there. There is 50 million homegrown brands right now in India, in every single city, that are looking for people to work for nothing. They're looking for stylists, they're looking for somebody to help them with campaigns. Use that opportunity. You can work for free. I have worked for free for years. Like, I worked solely for experience. You don't know how much I struggled in my internship days. I used to live in Navi Mumbai, okay? I used to not even live in Mumbai. When I was interning, I used to lie on all of my job applications, internship applications, that I live like in a hostel in Andheri, wherein I was living in a very nice house with my family. But I couldn't tell them that because they wouldn't hire me, because I lived very far away and they wanted something that's convenient. I did not know how to travel by local train, and I used to have to do that because I had to cover like a long distance in a short time because I had lied. Obviously, they thought I lived in Andheri. They would be like, okay, the celebrity's house is 30 minutes away from you. Go in the morning at 7 a.m. I had to leave at 5:30 a.m. by local train to reach there by 7 a.m. If you have the drive for it, you will do anything for it. I had the drive for it. I really wanted to be part of that world. So stop being lazy. Get off your ass. Stop thinking someone's gonna come and give you this magical opportunity because you have potential. Till you showcase your potential, nobody's gonna hire you. You have to put your work out there. Just make an Instagram styling page. Just post your styling work on it. More professional is make a PPT, put down your looks. You always ask me, how can I get into the fashion industry if I don't have a fashion degree? You don't need it. You need your work. Your work speaks for you. This is my advice. Text homegrown labels, text small brands, send them emails, cold mail everybody. There will be one mail out of 100 that will be like, hey, I love this. Can you please work for me? Do it for free. Do it for 2 rupees. Doesn't matter. Do it for the experience. Which college did you go to? Y'all have been curious about this for 4 years now, and I'm finally gonna tell you. I went to ISDI, which is ISDI, Indian Institute of Design and Innovation. It is now changed to Atlas Skill Tech University. I found out about ISDI through another fashion influencer's vlogs. It looked really nice. It looked like my dream life. I used to live in Hyderabad. I newly moved to Bombay. I wanted that fashion life because I always knew I wanted to work in fashion. I went to the building. I joined the summer school, which was for a month during my 12th grade summer break. I joined summer school in my college. I loved it. The campus was beautiful. It was in Lower Parel in South Mumbai. At that time, my college was affiliated with Parsons, New York, which was my dream college to go to. So we had a transfer program where you could do 2 years in ISTI and then you could transfer and do 2 years in New York. So this was like my goal, right? This was my dream. This is all I wanted. So without thinking, I joined. My parents told me, oh my god, it's just shosha, like you would just like the campus, you just want to go because it's fancy. Like, yeah. I didn't even apply to any other college. Everybody asked me why I didn't go to NIFT. Who is giving me entrance in NIFT? To go for a NIFT entrance, you need to know how to draw and do maths and stuff. Like, it's just a complicated entrance exam. And even though I'm not interested in fashion design, they expect me to know how to draw, which was just not happening. So I did give a mock test for the NIFT exam and I failed at it very miserably. And also, I don't think NIFT lets you choose your campus, and all I wanted was a fancy college life. I had my heart set. I did not look at any other options, which is what I would advise you not to do. So after much argument with my parents, I joined ISTI. Once you pay a shit ton of money for their summer school, it's sort of like a shoe-in. So at that time, I didn't really have to give an entrance, and it is not a cheap college. It's actually a very expensive college. I think it's cheaper now. At the time when I joined, the fees was way higher. In my first year of college, COVID hit. I never got to go to campus. The whole reason why I joined, to have my fancy college life. Now I was doing it from home. At the end of COVID, my college announces that they've changed their campus. Now it's no longer ISDI Parsons. It is now Atlas Skill Tech, and they just did this without telling any of us. It was weird. I'm not saying the new campus was not bomb. It was great. The one good thing that came out of my college becoming government affiliated was that we could now get a degree. Originally, when we were Parsons affiliated, you wouldn't get a degree, you would get a diploma, and you had to do a degree on the side from Mumbai University, which is a state board college, so that you have a degree. So that got eliminated, which was quite honestly the only good thing that came out of it. The crowd of my college changed, the whole feel of it changed. My experience with my college was not good. I am not shit talking, please don't take my degree away. There are a lot of people in my college who really liked it and they have great experiences. This is just my personal experience. Please don't be heavily influenced by it. The faculty was not what I wished for it to be. We had a lot of problems with the teachers. I had some great faculty, like my coordinator was amazing, but we also had a lot of shitty teachers, and I did not understand what they were teaching, what was the purpose of their subject. Like half of the time I was so lost. They were so moody. I felt like I was in such an unprofessional environment. Like there have been times we've shown up to class and we don't even have a classroom allotted. The teacher hasn't come. Like once you reach college, they're texting saying, oh, I can't come today. Like it was just weird to me. I'm paying so much money for what? Second of all, I was in a fashion college and we were literally not even allowed to wear ripped jeans. Me and my friends have literally been pulled into the dean's office, a fashion college, for ripped jeans. We have been yelled at. And this was not the case with the original ISD. They had a really chill dress code. But I think this is common in a lot of colleges, I understand, in India. But in a fashion college, really, I started working really early on. I had a lot of great opportunities. If I'm 19 years old in my second semester of college and I'm working with Abhishek Bachchan, like I feel like that should credit for something. At least they should give me grace. We had a lot of attendance issues. You couldn't really work. So like for me, it was like I have to wait for 4 years to work. Everything that I've learned is from working and being on site. To sit in this classroom, waste my time, lose my work opportunities, all because of attendance. Also, I never understood our grading system. I always thought I did something really well and then the grades would just be shit and there would be no explanation for it. They would just be like, okay, now we've like done the grade so we can't change it. Like, please just pick your college according to faculty, professors, curriculum. I didn't even look at these things. Maybe the college has changed. Maybe now they're more settled in. I'm being raw and honest. Please don't sue me. If you really want to do fashion, your on-site experience is what matters most. There is nothing that you will learn in that classroom except maybe like a photography class or a journalism class or something like that, which you can easily do online. Just go to any course site like Coursera or something and just do it. You do not need to spend 4 years of your life wasting it in a classroom. You will be sitting in this classroom and you're like, everything's theory. You're like, okay, I learned how to style my friend, I did all of this. And then you'll go out into the real world after 4 years thinking that, oh my god, now I'm so educated, I know everything. And the clients will literally your life. I have been in the middle of like billionaire weddings where like, do you need to sew my dupatta in like a heavy Sabyasachi 5 kg lehenga? Like, you have to sew. I don't know how to sew. I never learned this. I never knew I would needed to sew in styling. I learned how to make styling kits. I learned how to deal with clients. I learned how to not punch people in the face when they test your patience. All of your theoretical learning is gonna go out of the window when it comes to real life problems. You can do a marketing degree and then you can do your masters in luxury marketing if you really want to work in fashion. According to me, that is a much better option. When you do like a easy state board college or something light, at least you can work on the side. Now let's talk a little bit about styling, okay? My life as a stylist. Stylists, as you know, have a very beautiful, fancy life. It's so luxury. We're always flying to different countries. We're hanging out with celebrities. There's designers all around us, designer labels, designer shoes, Chanel, Hermes, blah, blah, blah. Yes, that is very true. I had some of the best times of my life when I was styling. I met some amazing people. I have worked with so many celebrities. I have gone to their houses, have been flown out to 5-star resorts in other countries, and it's all very fun, but it's also very, very, very difficult. It is not as glamorous as it looks. I have been in Kanpur for a month for a movie shoot. I was working 16 hours a day as an assistant stylist. I was paid like 5 or 10,000 rupees for the whole month. I was assistant styling for some really big stylists in the country and they were all unpaid. I'm telling you, free labor in the name of experience. It is what it is. You will learn a lot. I learned a lot how to deal with people. You will not have a life. Your schedule is the celebrity schedule. You will miss birthdays, you will miss anniversaries, you will miss everything. Nothing matters. If you're somebody who has the time and has the passion, go for it. I did it for 2.5 years and then I decided that मुझे नहीं करना और मुझे celebrities के आगे पीछे नहीं घूमना और I want to be my own celebrity. मेरे आगे पीछे लोग घूमने चाहिए. So I stopped doing it. You will be in the local train with like 2 suitcases struggling because you have to make it somewhere in time because Mumbai traffic will literally ruin your life. It is an experience that you must go through to know if this is something that you want or don't want. And I still love styling and I do projects that are passionate to me. That time I was doing it full time even though I was in college. During lockdown too, when I was in my film shoot, I used to do my Zoom classes on the side while I was like tying his shoelaces. Stylists are always looking for assistants that will work for free. Trust me. money. Like, they are always looking. So create like a mini portfolio and mail all of them. At some point in time they will reach out to you. There is no shortage of labor in our country, but there is a very big shortage of good labor in our country. You miss 100% of the shot that you don't take, so shoot all of your shots. Any plans on masters abroad and which country? As of now, I don't have any plans of doing masters. I worked so much in college that once I graduated I was like, I'm taking a 1-year break. I always wanted to do luxury marketing in Paris, but at the end of it I thought, what if it's another waste of my time? So till I go there and I explore, and I also want to be closer to my boyfriend, so I will probably explore options in France, but as of now that is not my priority. What was my role at Elle and how I got an internship at a fashion magazine? In your 4th semester of college you have to do a capstone with a company, so Elle was my capstone and I got it myself. Fashion editor of Elle happened to put up a story and I just DM'd her and I mailed her my portfolio, and she saw my Instagram, she set up an interview, and that's how I got it. Not nepo baby related, it was pure and purely just I was doing fashion events for them. I would basically help organize all of the award shows they had, any sort of event that they had. Obviously every magazine has a lot of events that they do. You are in charge of inviting people, sending out emails, getting the confirmation on the day of the event. You're in charge of guiding them. I know it sounds easy, but it's really not, because you'll have like 12 people that you have to coordinate, and all of them are like big celebrities, and you have to coordinate with their teams and get their dates and their availability. They have like 500 shoshas that you have to handle. So I was doing all of that. It was the best 3 months of my life. They're gonna hate me because I'm just saying this because I was an intern, but if I actually working there, I'm sure it's a lot more hectic. I would have worked there full time, except that it was like 2 hours away from my house and I was spending 4 hours a day traveling. If I had lived closer to the office, I would still be working at Elle. Another thing is that no print, no fashion job pays well. Get that into your head. Until you're like a very big name or relevant stylist, or you're on a big budget project, you will not make that much money. That is just something you need to think about. If you're somebody who comes from a good family that is giving you housing, clothing, travel, all of this, go for it. But if you're somebody who's financially independent and you're looking to work in fashion, I'm just telling you, koi contracts nahi hai, koi timeline nahi hai. They'll tell you we'll pay you in 15 days, or they'll pay you after production is done. Don't listen. Please, like, oh my god, it's just like the influencer industry. Like, they'll give you like 30 to 45 payment dates and then still they won't pay you. You'll have to keep chasing them. So if you're somebody who is living alone and paying rent and electricity bills and all of that, I would not suggest. Please, it's not a stable job, okay, unless you're working in corporate. Elle magazine is a corporate. Your monthly salary will come on time. But if you're freelancing like I was, I had to turn on my light because the sun set. Next question, how to network. I want to do a whole different video on this, but I'm just gonna give you the basics of it. Networking is the most important thing that I have learned in my whole work life. Everything that I am, everything that I've done, it's all because of the people that I met. There have been times where I was assistant styling a celebrity and the celebrity liked me so much that they rehired me for their next project as just the main stylist. When you're on set, make sure you're in a good mood, you get into the room, you uplift people, get that good energy with you, look presentable. It doesn't mean that you have to like have a glow up and look beautiful and all. You just have to look presentable. Do your hair, do your makeup, wear a good outfit. Like, at least make a good first impression, you know. Like, baad mein sweatpants pehen ke to main bhi jati thi, but like at first when you meet everyone, like, make a good impression, look professional, take the numbers of everyone, hairstylist, makeup artist, makeup dada, anybody, because any day they could be working on a different set and the director is like, I need a stylist right now, and these are the people that will call you. I see a lot of stylists with a lot of attitude that I don't want to talk to the makeup dada, I don't want to talk to the, you know, this bhaiya, that bhaiya. Don't do that. Don't do that. These are very important people. They are going to be in the industry regardless of you, because they have been for very long, and one day when somebody is in need, they'll have your number and they will hit you up. So be nice to everybody, from the chai wala bhaiya to the director to every single person you meet. It's a very close-knit community. Everybody talks. If you're mean to one person, it will spread it around. If you come with a bad attitude, nobody's gonna want to work with you. It's happened with me that I was forced to have a bad attitude because of some people that I worked with, and they have gone around speaking shit about me, and I hear about it, right? And it affects my career because they are at a higher position than I am. I showed attitude because I was feeling disrespected, and I don't regret that. But if you're somebody who wants to sustain an industry, you have to learn to control your anger and your attitude. Put your ego aside, because the celebrity will tell you joote bando. जूते बांधने पड़ेंगे, मेरे सॉक्स धोने पड़ेंगे, पार्ट ऑफ द आउटफिट, you're a stylist. ईगो को साइड पे रखो. When you're at an event, take everyone's number, introduce yourself, introduce what you do, be passionate, study up on people, study up on the clients that you're going to, see their past work, you know, just communicate, connect with them. If you're in India, you need to take advantage. You don't understand, it's not that easy to work in fashion anywhere else in the world, but in India there's so much opportunity, because people who are starting brands might not understand social media, they might not understand styling, they might not understand how to do shoots, they might just know how to design clothes. The job market in India is massive. Take advantage of it. Take advantage of the lack of contracts and the lack of, you know, minimum wage and all of that work for free. And when I do style and I need somebody for a big project, I have all of your mails saved. See, I appreciate the effort. Whenever I need an assistant, I have all of your mails saved, and that's the same that's going to be with other stylists. Whenever they need someone, they're going to reach out to you. The biggest job that I did in fashion, which was the Dubai billionaire wedding, I had mailed that stylist 2 months ago. She reached out to me 2 months later because her assistant got COVID and she needed somebody last minute. So don't feel bad कि suddenly reply नहीं आया, कभी भी आ सकता है. My suggestion to you is that if you're watching this video, I know you're interested or you're thinking about it, all I have to say is learn from my mistakes, okay? You'll make your own mistakes, you'll learn from them. Nothing is a failure. You're so young in life right now. You have so much to explore. You know, I have explored so many aspects of fashion. It's a very hustling life. It is not luxurious all the time. The budgets are low, the salaries are low, but it is something that I feel you should do in your 20s. I hope that cleared up the years of pent up questions that you guys have been asking me. Please, I don't mean offense to anybody, my college, my god, touch wood, touch wood. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being with me from the start of my career. I know some of you text me that you have been there watching my stuff from day one of my internship. I'm at a point in life where I'm so grateful for all the work that I did and the people that I met. I built my social media because of my styling vlogs. That is why I get to do what I get to do. I get to go to fashion weeks. I get to travel the world. That is all because 18-year-old me had a dream and she said, hey, I don't care about anything right now. I will do anything to get into this industry. I was a 100% outsider. I came from Hyderabad. I didn't know anybody in Mumbai. That is all I had to say in my fashion Q&A. You guys can put down more questions in the comments. I will try answering them in the comments itself.